Sir JM, okay na?
Yes, yes, we can see your screen.
Before we start, I will just introduce myself. I'm Jennifer Canyo, one of the master trainers in Philippines. I'm from DepEd Rizal. And then, before we start, so you will be having your pre-test first. I'll be giving you 2 minutes. So this is the link. Sir JM, can you copy and paste the link
Okay,
in the chat
in the chat.
box?
All right, I will.
So 2 minutes. I'll be giving you 2 minutes.
Hello, ma'am.
Done na po. Tapos na
Hello.
po.
Ma'am, magtatanong lang ako kasi
Apo.
I am from the Philippines pero nandito po ako sa Cambodia. Anong isusulat ko doon sa country?
Philippines na rin, sir. Kasi
Ah,
from the Philippines ka naman eh.
okay po, okay po.
Apo.
Thank
Thank
you.
you po.
Saan ba chat box dito? I can find the chat box.
Hi Miss, in the middle of your UI, meron po tayong uh, toolbar. Ang chat box po ay nasa right side nung raise your hand.
Wait I just can't find it eh. I just saw the activity chat, teams, assignments. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah, and I can't even find my name, so I cannot really, type my name.
Ma'am, ano
But I
pong gamit niyong email address, ma'am?
abroncano@gmail.com.
Gmail kasi siya.
I can hear you but the thing is I cannot type on my chat box. Not working.
Ma'am, I'll be sharing my screen and then I'll be showing you where is the chat box.
Okay.
So, ito po yung chat box po. Nakikita niyo, ma'am? Ito po, oh.
Oh, wait, I cannot see you. Wait, ha? What's my problem? Wait. I can only see JC. Who's JC?
You're using your laptop, ma'am.
Yes.
So, beside raise your hand is the chat box.
Excuse me, my name is Angelo. I also share the same concern. I cannot see the chat box.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Joseph. I have the same concern. There is no chat box.
Sir JM, I believe that they are using you. Are you using Gmail, sir?
Yes.
Pero they are ano eh.
Okay, so what you see in your interface is just the on the left side is the activity, chats, teams, assignments. Tama po ba?
I
Yes.
cannot
Yes.
see it.
On the left side,
Yes.
oo.
Tapos on the nasa left side din ng ating yung mini video. Tama po ba? Yung shared screen nasa left side din.
Wala siyang shared screen dito sa
So
left.
wala po kayo nakikita at all from our end.
Wala.
Can you click on assignments and let's see if may makikita rin po kayo doon sa assignments.
Wala naman lumabas doon sa assignment eh. Except
Wala.
yung meeting na.
Yeah, so click on that meeting. Tapos magpo-full size po 'yun.
Yeah, oo. Okay.
Tapos nung nag-full size na po siya, meron na po kayong makikita sa gitna na toolbar. Now you
Yes.
can see the chat, right? So conversation on the right side of the raise hand.
Wait.
Sige
Parang
po.
wala rito ah. Wala yung conversation ano rito.
Wala po. Pero meron tayong turn camera on, mute, share screen, more action.
Wala siya.
Wala. Pero naka full size na po ang inyong ano.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I think Sir JM, it is in their email. Gmail sila.
Okay. Sige. So sige, for that one po, we'll just do strategic pauses so that whenever you have questions, you can raise it up. Okay, antayin na lang po natin yung strategic pause para makapag-raise tayo ng questions.
Kasi we cannot really participate dun sa
Chat
dito
box.
pre-test
Yes,
na to.
yes.
Pre-test. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, ibig sabihin, Miss, you can't see the the screen shared by Miss
We can see the
Pero
screen.
yung the
yung
chat
pre-test
box yung yung chat
Okay,
box yung disable, sir.
all right. For the pretest, the link is already shown in the screen. You just have to go to a browser and type in this link.
Nai-share po yata sa Telegram group.
Okay,
Kaya,
sige.
okay.
I can share it. I can share it in Telegram. Yeah, here. Muhammad already shared it pala.
So we will now proceed, Sir JM.
Uh,
Are you done with the pre-test po? Tapos na po sa
Sige,
we
ako.
cannot.
On my end, tapos na po.
We can. I cannot. I can't. Maybe we'll just proceed na lang without the pre-test. Nakakahiya naman, nag-aantay
No,
ka.
sige, Miss. Later, if ever, we'll just send you a link for the pre-test. You can still
Okay.
answer it naman later.
Okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Yeah.
Excuse me. I also would like to get that link because I cannot also see the chat box, and unfortunately, I haven't gotten into the Telegram. So
Okay.
Mhm.
We'll just give all the links that we'll be providing in the slide, so that maybe you can answer it afterwards.
yeah, thank you very much.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, we will start now. So what we will cover today, so the many terms, what is data science, what is data analytics, machine learning, and then sentiment analysis. We will also tackle about the types of data in Python, and then we will be having the hands-on with Anaconda and Jupyter Notebook. Then the essential libraries, and then the learning journey, what are the next steps. And then we will also be discussing about the Future Ready ASEAN 2020 competition. So what is data science? So data science, it is a multidisciplinary field focused on finding actionable insights from large sets of raw and structured data. So it is a technique drawn from fields such as computer science, mathematics, and statistics. So it is very broad. That is, it talks about different information that you can find. So you can find it in your school, in hospitals. So all the information that incorporate and start thinking what can you do with the information that you get. So that is data science. I have here a table. So the comparison between data science and data analytics. When you say data analytics, it focuses on processing and performing statistical and analysis on existing data. On the first row, the scope under data science is macro, which means it is broad. And then under data analytics, it is micro. And then the goal of data science is to find the right questions to ask, while the goal of data analytics is to find answer to questions being asked. The major fields under data science are artificial intelligence and machine learning, while in data analytics, industries with immediate data needs. So example is, for example, you are working into an insurance company, and then you want to understand the types of questions people are asking so that you can generate revenues for the company itself. So many people are asking about, so for example, insurance po kasi, di ba? Many people are asking about health insurance, car insurance. So yun po pumapasok si data analytics. And then AI, or artificial intelligence, it is another branch of computer science that emphasizes the development of intelligent machines thinking and working like humans. And a good example of AI is the speech recognition. AI is the simulation of a human brain function by machines. And then what is machine learning? It is a name coined by Arthur Samuel in 1959. He is an American pioneer in the field of computer gaming and artificial intelligence. It is a subset of AI that often uses statistical techniques to give computers the ability to learn with data. So remember that machine learning is about learning the data, and and AI is trying to pretend to be a human. So that is the meaning of those two. So data science is the most widely used technique among artificial intelligence and machine learning so as to analyze data and make predictions about the future. So I have here another term, which is sentiment analysis. It is the data extraction through reviews, surveys, and social media, also known as opinion mining or emotional AI. It aims to determine attitudes and emotional reactions. Machine learning techniques are used for sentiment analysis. So an example of sentiment analysis is for voice of customer and voice of employees with different purposes. Companies use sentiment analysis to understand how customers and employees feel about some topics and to learn the main reason for those opinions. These insights are then used to enhance customer or employee experience, which contributes to higher incomes and stronger productivity for the company. So we have different types of data. We have the text, image, network, relational, time series, transactional, and spatio-temporal. The first one is the text data. The process involves turning text data into number. For example, the name Trump will become a number. For example, Trump, you change it to 101111. So that is text data. So passwords are turned into numbers. Kino-convert si password into numbers. So that is also an example of text data. While an image data, as you can see on our illustration, it uses the points to define contours, hence identifying facial shape and features. So this, however, can be challenging kasi meron mga different light variations or if you are wearing any spectacles. So when you are into an international immigration, di ba, meron pong facial scanners. So facial scanners will take point on your face to record the image of your face. So sabi daw, the more points na nakalagay sa facial shape mo, the more accurate siya. So for example, yung point between your eyebrows and eyes, your nose and your mouth, your two eyes, so yun po siya. The feature in your phone, which is, di ba meron na po tayo sa mga Android natin na meron tayong natawag na face scanner. are multiple member records or files that can be linked to multiple owner files and vice versa. So you must beware of fake network data. So sharing folders with each other is network data. So for example, in a company or in a school, you're sharing folders. So that is network data. But be very careful kasi pwede din po mag-share ng viruses using the network data. And then another types of data is the relational data. Most large data sets are stored as tables known as relation. Tables contains attributes which are set of characteristics of the table. Tables are related to each other through some shared attributes. So as you can see, a good example of relational data is your identification card or the ID. So those information or characteristics are related to each other. Next one is the time series data. So the time series data, based on the illustration, the question is, how does weather affect the business of your theme park? An example is the Disney. So below that is the graph. So sabi daw, pag umuulan, paano po yung mga customer, marami po bang mga clients na nagvi-visit sa theme park? So kung mapapansin nyo, pag tag-ulan, syempre bumababa siya. Ano yung mas anong time yung maraming nagvi-visit? During summer, yung wala pong ulan. Kasi nga, theme park kasi more on talaga siya, sa summer talaga siya o yung mga hindi rainy seasons. And then the next one is the transactional data. Date stamped events such as credit card transactions. As you can see, the example of that is in credit card. So meron tayong dito na transaction ID. So yan yung every transaction na ginawa mo. And then there is the date, the time, and then the amount, and then also the card number that you are using. So in the transaction data, as you can see, there is another table which is the product code and amount. Kung mapapansin nyo po, hindi siya naka-enumerate as the product but codes pa rin. Naka-code siya. And then the code and then the amount. So that is transactional data. And then we also have the spatio-temporal data, having both spatial and temporal or time relation qualities required for air traffic control. Example of that is in airport. So it is used for us yung para hindi magkaroon ng traffic. Pwede din po sa sasakyan yan. So para makikita mo yung distance mo between the other vehicle. Do you have any questions about data science and data analytics?
I think we have one. Miss BKL raised her hand. May question po ba, Miss?
Yes, ma'am.
Sige po. Unmute na lang ng mic and you may raise your question. Miss BKL?
Or baka kanina pa yan, sir? Sino ma'am?
Okay. Sige, I'll lower her hand na. Okay, sige, let's continue.
Okay. So we assume that you already downloaded the Anaconda application that we will be using for Python. So lahat po ba tayo ay nakapag-download na ng Anaconda po in your laptop? Because we will be having the next topics is about the hands-on in Python. So we assume that you already
Nag-try but then nahirapan.
So lahat na po tayo merong
Okay, if in case po na hindi pa po na-download ang Anaconda, maybe you can still be with us. This session is recorded actually, so we'll be sending you a recording of this, so that you can still do it once the session is done.
Okay, sir, we will now proceed, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So once you downloaded the Anaconda Navigator, this is the user interface of Anaconda Navigator. So we have at the left part we have the
Miss,
different.
I think you haven't shared the.
Hindi pa, sir.
You're still in
Wait
your
lang.
slide.
Ay pa. Okay na, sir. Okay na po.
Loading. Yeah, there.
Okay, so this is the UI or the user interface of Anaconda Navigator. We have the 4 tabs at the left side. We have the home, the environment, learning, and community. So, dun tayo kay home muna. So, kay home, there are different software, but later we will be using the Jupyter Notebook. Next tab is the environment. So, under environment are the different libraries. Yan, napakarami po niyan. And then, in learning, we have the different tutorials. So, pwede nyong i-click si Python tutorial and then Python references. They're different. And then, under community, so yan naman po. So, yan siya, yung environment na. So, we will now proceed to home. So, again, as what I have said a while ago, we will be using Jupyter Notebook. So, you click launch. So, as you click launch, dyan, ito po yung Shura. Yan yung mga nasa loob ng, ng laptop nyo. So, I prefer to have my folder inside my OneDrive para kahit pwedeng online or using my cellphone, I can see. Pero it depends on you. So, yan po. So, we will launch and then we will be kayo po, depende sa inyo if you want to save it on your documents, on your desktop, or any path. Basta as long as alam nyo po kung saan nyo sinave, you know where you save your file. So, for example, I will be saving it in my OneDrive. And then, I'll be clicking new. Syempre, we will be having a folder. So, that is untitled folder. So, for the meantime, hindi po natin siya marirename, but pwede nyo siyang i-rename. Pupunta po kayo sa mismong path. Okay, for example, untitled folder. So, I am inside the untitled folder. I will be clicking again, new, and then Python 3.
We cannot see that one.
Miss, I think naglo-load ba yung sa browser mo? Kasi right now we're still in the homepage.
Homepage, sir. Sige,
Oh.
waiting ko na lang po.
Maybe
Sa
you
launch,
can reshare your screen. Yeah, yung before i-click yung launch, parang na-stuck doon yung screen.
okay, sir. Wait lang po.
Jupyter Lab, then launch, okay?
Yeah, yeah. Oh no,
Okay.
sorry. Jupyter Notebook po.
Oh, Jupyter,
Jupyter
Notebook.
Notebook.
Yes.
Okay.
Sir JM, ito. Okay na po.
Loading.
Loading.
Sige, have you launched your Jupyter Notebook?
Hindi pa. Oh, but yan. Wait lang.
Once you
Yan,
click
sir.
on launch, it will open in another browser. So maybe Miss Jen, you can open your browser in which the Anaconda is launched.
Wait lang, sir.
So in
Yeah.
your screens, once you click on Jupyter Notebook, it will reload into a browser. So kung gumagamit kayo ng Chrome, Edge, or any other browser, dun siya mag-load. Miss, you're still in the Anaconda Navigator. The screen you're sharing is still the Anaconda Navigator. Please share your browser.
Yan, sir. Nakita na?
Anaconda Navigator pa rin po. Yung browser mo po yung i-share mo, Miss.
Ayun na, naka-share na, sir, yung browser. Naka-open na po ako sa sa OneDrive ko.
Okay,
Nice.
because in our screen it's still
Makita.
Wait
Yeah.
lang po, But my internet connection is good naman.
minimize the Anaconda. Minimize the Anaconda and share your browser. Yes.
Naka-share na, sir, yung browser ko eh. I'll just
Maybe-
relaunch it.
Maybe share your screen, yung screen.
Yan,
mo.
sir. Ano yung nakikita mo?
Anaconda Navigator.
Yan, nag-launch uli ako ng panibagong notebook. Nakita
Yes.
mo na? Okay na?
Hindi pa po. Kasi nasa Anaconda Navigator pa rin.
Wait lang po.
Palabas.
Okay na?
Yan, miss. Please
Yan.
click on
Nasa Jupyter na.
Jupyter Notebook.
Pero nasa new ka na eh.
Yun nga eh. Wait lang ah. Naulan kasi dito, sir. Paano yung internet connection ko? Bad network quality nakalagay. Wait lang po ah. I'll be resharing my screen. Wait. Yan, sir. Okay na?
There.
Yan.
Yeah, that's-
Okay. Dito po tayo. So,
Okay,
as you can
so wait lang. Let's just ask them if they're on the same page. Is
Are you
everyone on the same page na po?
Yes po.
So,
Okay, Sir JT, okay na po. Ayan, si Sir JT Kalaw. Hindi pa daw.
hindi pa po.
Sir Jupyter Notebook, then launch.
Okay.
Okay na po.
Like,
Okay po.
Like
Okay.
what
Okay.
I have said a while ago po, it depends on you kung saan nyo siya isi-save yung folder na gagawin nyo po. Pwede pong sa documents, you can save it on desktop, kung saan mas ano po sa inyo convenient. Okay po. So, katulad ng sinabi ko din kanina, I'll be saving my file in OneDrive. Again, when you click new, so you will be clicking new, and then folder. Folder. Okay na po.
Okay.
And then, syempre, dahil wala pa tayong nilagay na pangalan sa folder natin, it will be named as Untitled Folder. But you can rename it.
Untitled folder.
Yes. Yes, sir. Okay na po.
Okay po.
So, you click the Untitled Folder kasi you be saving your file inside the Untitled Folder. And then, you click again New and then Python 3. Okay na po? New and then Python 3. So, yan. Para yung file nyo po na Python, it will be saved inside your Untitled Folder.
Python 3.
Nakakasunod po ba tayo?
Yes po.
Okay.
Okay po.
So, this is the environment of Jupyter Notebook. So, as you can see, it is Untitled 1. You can rename it by just clicking the Untitled 1. You click that, and then we rename it as String. And then we click Rename. Ayan po. Nabago na po ba?
Untitled
Yes po.
Opo. And then you click that, and then string. Yes, sir.
rename. Okay.
Clear na po?
Opo.
Nakakasunod po.
Yes
So,
po.
in Python, like any other programming language, we are also using comments. So, what is comments? So, comments in Python begin with a hash mark or your hashtag. So, because comments do not execute when you run a program, you will not see any indication of the comment there. Comments are in the source code for humans to read, not for computers to execute. So wala pong parang note lang si comment para sa ating mga gumagamit. So again, katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, a comment starts with what? Hash symbol or the hash mark. So, susundin nyo lang po yung ginagawa ko ha. So, hash mark. So, you type a comment. Welcome to the FRA science training. And then when you run, there is a shortcut key. You just click Shift, Enter.
Chat box to.
Welcome to the FRA Data Science Training.
And then you click Shift, Enter para mag-run po siya. Or you can also click this icon, Run. So, wala po siya nangyari kasi ang comment is for humans. Hindi para siya sa computer para i-execute. Another comment. Let's learn Python.
Nakonda ba ito?
So, susundan lang po yung tinatype ko. Ano po? Again, the shortcut key for run is Shift, Enter. So, napansin nyo po, IN which means inline. Yan,
Run.
inline. Nasa inline 1 tong si welcome, ito, inline 2,
Let's learn.
nandito na tayo kay 3. Okay, another comment. Hashtag how do I print? And then, again, Shift, Enter. So, yan. Yan na po. Meron na tayong how many comments? We have 3 comments. Nakakasunod po.
Yes,
Shift.
yes.
Okay. So, we will now proceed with how to print your message. Okay. So, for you to be able to print, you type print, the command print. And then, you will be using the open and close parentheses. And then you type the string. When you say string in Python, those are words or character. But it must enclose in single quotation mark or double quotation mark. So halimbawa, print hello from Python. So again, a reminder lang po, ang Python is case sensitive siya. So, itong print dapat po lowercase. And then, you must use yung open and close parentheses. Yan. And then, itong string na to, hello po from Python, must be enclosed with any of, it's either single quote or double quote. So, nasusundan po.
Opo.
So, shift and enter again. So, ayun po yung output nyo. Hello from Python. Kasi ang sabi po ni print, i-print yung nasa loob ng open and close parentheses. So, yun po siya. Paano mag-print? Another one. Print. Okay? Yan. He said, let's learn Python. Yan. He said, let's learn Python. So, as you can see on my example, I use what? Double quotation mark. And then, yung sentence, let's learn Python, I enclosed it in single quotation mark. So, shift, enter. So, yun siya. Ang lumabas lang po, yung merong single quote, si let's learn Python. Nakakasunod po.
Yes po, yes po.
Nawala ako dun sa my print.
Saan, sir? Saan ka po?
Dito po sa print.
Ayan po, medyo malaki na po ba yung screen ko? Nakikita niyo po.
Hello from Python, hindi nag-print sa akin.
Sir, ano po kaya meron kang single quotation mark,
Wait.
tapos po open and close parenthesis po.
Opo.
Sir, there's no space between print and the open and close parenthesis. Baka po meron.
Wala po. Paano shift enter lang po ito?
Yes,
Sir,
shift enter.
Sir, balik ka dun sa ano, tapos shift enter mo para ma-refresh
Okay.
po siya.
Okay.
Okay na
I'm
po.
okay na. Yeah, okay na po.
Alright.
Thank
Pag
you.
meron po pala kayo naging problem, as in hindi talaga siya nagra-run, punta po kayo kay kernel. Tapos pwede nyo siyang restart and clear input, or restart and run all. Pag talagang lahat po ng ginawa nyo is nag-error. Or, ang isa pa pong option is you close your Jupyter notebook and then close the Anaconda. Tsaka nyo i-open po ulit.
Hindi
Kasi
po siya
meron-
nawala.
Hindi, magsisave yun, sir. Kasi, di ba sinisave natin siya kada ano.
Okay po.
Okay po? Next po tayo. So, we will be using the upper function. So, when you say upper, 'di ba, yung string na lowercase can be in the uppercase. Again, we will use print. So, print, open and close parenthesis. So, yung string natin, lalagay natin sa double quotation or sa single quote. This is a string. Tapos, after the single quote, you will be typing dot upper, and then kailangan may ano din siya, open and close parenthesis. Nakuha po?
Yes po.
So, shift, enter. So, napansin nyo po, yung this is a string na naka-proper case siya is naging all caps by using the upper function. Next, paste na natin. So, gagawin naman natin siyang, ano, for example, this is a string. We will be using naman the lowercase function. So, papalitan lang natin, gawin natin lower. So, ang mangyayari dyan, all the string will be in lowercase. Again, shift, enter. Yan. Nakuha po?
Okay po.
Next is we will be using the title function. So the title function is for you to be able to have a proper case. Ibig sabihin, yung bawat word is capitalized siya. So title. And then shift and so nakapansin niyo po, every word, yung first letter is capitalized. So this, capital T, is capital I, yung A, tapos yung S. So, upper, lower, and title function. Okay, for our next one, we will be using variables. So, what is a variable? So, when you say variable, these are nothing but reserved memory locations to store values. This means that when you create a variable, you reserve some space in memory. The equal sign is used to assign values to variables. So, we will be having the first variable, first name. So, sabi kanina sa definition is you will be using equal sign. So, first name equals 1. Yan. So, variables na po tayo ha. And then, shift, enter. Last. So, gumagamit po tayo. We are using the underscore instead of space. Kailangan po underscore. Instead of using space, underscore. And then, De La Cruz. we have the first name as the first variable, and then the second name, which is, or the last name, which is the second variable. And then the value of the first name is 1, and then the value of the last name is De La Cruz. Okay? So shift enter again. So we will now print those variable. Print. And then we will concatenate it with the word hello. When you say concatenate, i-combine natin siya. But we are going to use, sa concatenation kasi, we use what? The plus sign. Yan. Yan yung concatenation po natin. And then, ang gusto ko mangyari sa first output natin is you print hello plus yung pangalan ni 1. So, dahil nag-declare tayo ng variable na first name is equal to 1, we will not be typing yung 1, but the variable itself, which is first name. So, we will type first and then name. Sundan po. And then shift, enter. So, napansin nyo, hello, 1. Yung value ng first name is yun yung lumabas, which is 1. Napansin nyo po, wala siyang space. So, gagawa na po natin yan ng paraan. Copy-paste nyo lang po. Copy and then paste. So, para magkaroon niya siya ng space, after ng hello, maglagay po kayo ng space. And then shift, enter. Ayun. Nagkaroon po siya ng space. Nakuha po? Okay na po?
Yes po.
Next po, ang gagawin naman natin, using the first variable again, we will type hello, tapos isasama na natin si last name. So again, hello, last name, tapos plus last name.
Hirap intindihin ng training, DepEd.
And then shift enter. So napansin nyo po, si Juan at si De La Cruz ay magkadikit na naman. So anong gagawin natin para maghiwalay siya? So copy, paste na lang natin. So gagamit po tayo ng space. So lalagyan natin siya ng plus. Tapos yung space na yon, i-enclose natin siya sa single quote or pwede din sa double quote. Yan. Yan. So again, para magkaroon ng space in between Juan and De La Cruz, you will be typing the concatenation symbol, which is the equal symbol, tapos yung single quote po, tapos space. Ayan po. And then, shift, enter. Ayun. Nagkaroon po siya ng space. Si Juan De La Cruz. Nakuha po? Sir
Opo.
JM.
Ay, opo.
Wala naman tanong?
Wala namang tanong.
Wala naman po tanong.
Let's have this let's take this opportunity if they can ask questions if they want to.
Questions po.
Some are maybe having difficulties, or is everything clear?
Somewhere along the way, nagkaroon na ng syntax error.
Sir, saan po?
Dito po sa taas.
Saan banda, sir?
Mali po siguro yung aking quote.
Kasi po, ano po talaga siya, case sensitive si Python. For example, yung word na print, ginawa mo siyang all caps, mag-error po yun. Tapos, may makalimutan ka lang po na parentheses, mag-error din po yun. For example, yung mga functions na upper, lower, or baka po may maling spelling, ganun po. So, dun siya nagkakaroon ng error.
Opo, balikan ko po to after ng seminar.
Madali lang siya, sir. Sa
Sige po,
una lang.
let's take this moment. Anong line
Opo.
number po kaya yan?
Doon pa po ako sa taas.
Sige po,
Saan,
no
sir?
problem. No problem. Mabilis
Okay.
lang naman po yan.
Hello from Python. He said, hello from Python.
Okay.
He said, saan ba ako nagkamali?
Diyan po ba nagka-error, sir, sa he said, let's learn Python?
Oh, let's learn Python pala yun. Tapos, okay. Ano po, yung quotation mark nga.
Opo.
Okay.
Single quotation and double quotation pala yung ano.
Yes po.
Kailangan, sir, kung nag-start ka po sa double quotation mark, mag-e-end din pa siya sa double quotation mark.
Okay po.
Opo.
Okay. I will.
Tapos si let's learn Python, naka-enclose naman siya sa single quotation mark.
Let's learn.
Python.
Then shift enter lang po ulit, it will reload. Okay, maybe we can proceed.
Okay? So we are done with the variables. Again, variable, siya yung dyan ka nagne-name or ini-store niya yung any, pwede ka mag-store din ng numbers dyan. And then you must use what? The equal symbol. Tapos the concatenation symbol is the plus sign. Concatenates means for you to be able to combine. Next one po tayo is meron tayong tinatawag in Python yung slices na tinatawag po. Meron tayong slices. Slices naman. So, one way to remember how slices work is to think of the indices. Sir JM, din nakikita yung PowerPoint ko? Sir JM.
Nasa browser ka pa rin, sorry.
Hindi ko. But I will be sharing this naman yung ano po, yung we will be sharing the slides with you. So slices is yung bibilangin natin yung
Recorded po naman to, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We will be sending the recording po. One way to remember how slices work is to think of the indices as pointing between characters. Pero I must be share it lang po Yan. Okay na po? Nakikita po yung slides ko?
Yan, kita
Yan.
na.
One way to remember how slices work is to think of the indices as pointing between characters with the left edge of the first character numbered 0. Then the right edge of the last character of a string of n characters as index n for yon. Example natin is the word Python. So sabi, we always start with 0 sa Python. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then pag negative naman, so we start with negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, and negative 6. So pag sinabing word is equal to 0, ano ang lalabas? Anong letter po kaya? So dito tayo kay 0. Ano yung nasa kanan ni 0? So letter T. Pag sinabi namang 3, ang lalabas dapat is H. Pag sinabing 5, ang lalabas ay N. So sample tayo dito kay kay browser. So Python po tayo, yung word na Python. So we will be typing word equals
Naka-PowerPoint. Okay, thank you.
Python.
Miss, maybe you can create a new file for this since this is a new topic.
Kasama siya sir sa string.
Oh, okay,
Nice.
okay.
So Python. Okay? So word is equal to Python. Again, shift enter. And then we are looking for the kung ano yung nasa 0 daw. So we will now be using yung square bracket po. Square bracket na yung gagamitin natin. Tapos gaglalagay tayo ng comment. Character in position 0. So ano daw yun nasa character, ano yung character in position 0. Again, you type first, the word is equal to Python, and then word, square bracket, and then yung 0. So, shift, enter. So, tama po yung kanina, di ba? Sa, ano natin, sa PowerPoint. Yung nasa 0 down na character in position 0 is letter P. Okay, next one, another example. Same ano tayo, same given, which is Python. So, what about if we type word? Square bracket again. -2. So, ano kayang lalabas? Shift, enter. So, O.
Okay,
So-
pause, Miss. We have a couple of questions, if I'm not mistaken. Mr. Randy, and what's your question po? You may unmute your microphone.
I'm sorry, I accidentally raised my hand.
All right. How about Mr. JP Tenerife? Do you have any questions po?
So this is a funny one. I was just wondering where the numbers are coming from. Did we assign that yung nasa PowerPoint?
In Python kasi, sir, pag magbibilang ka ng character, sa 0 talaga siya nag-i-start. So, kaya po yung slices na tinatawag, di ba may example po ako? Balik po natin yung PowerPoint ko, ah. Yan, sir. Nakikita po?
Yes.
Yan. So, ang example natin is the word Python. So, ang slices kasi, you slice the word. So, mag-start palagi tayo kay 0 po. 0, 1, 2. Ganyan po yung slice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, kanina nung sa Python, sa Jupyter, di ba, ang una nating example is word 0. Ano yung word na nasa position 0? So, sabi ko kanina, di ba, 0, ang sagot natin is letter P. Yung nasa kanan po. Yan. P. Tapos kanina, -2. O po yung sagot natin, di ba? Ayun po.
Hello po, pwede mo magtanong?
Opo. Sir.
Paano naman po pag 6? Pag 6 naman po yung inano natin, ano pong number
Wala na
ang
siya, sir.
lalabas sa akin?
Kasi, lagpas na po siya sa word
Okay.
na Python.
Maybe you can try
Okay.
it,
Five
Miss,
lang
so
po.
that we can show it to them. What will happen?
Sige.
if we-
Wait lang po.
Okay, thank you.
Index error.
Ano lumabas, sir? Index error.
Sorry.
6. Shift enter. Index error kasi wala po, hindi po nag-i-exist yun. Walang
So just
character na
yes.
nandun.
Okay, Miss. Just to clarify, those numbers that you see, those are called indexes. So there are two types of indexes, yung positive and negative indexes natin. So yung 0 onwards, yun yung positive natin. In which case, we always start with 0. So for every character, let's say for example, we have a sentence. All those letters will be assigned a specific index which starts with 0. Tapos, yung negative naman, yung pabaliktad. So, yun po. Kaya po nakalagay string index out of range. Index po ang tawag doon.
Tanong lang po, sir.
Sige, sir.
Yes po.
Ito pong Python, automatic na po siya na ganun talaga ang kanyang slices, ganun po ba yan? Or kailangan mong i-program siya para magkaroon ng slices?
No sir, it's by default. Actually, almost every programming language has it, not just in Python. So, ganun po talaga binabasa yung ating mga letters or strings through
So
index.
automatic po siya na nakasave na sa mga programming language, kaya kahit hindi na natin ipo-program, lalabas na siya na automatic na ganyan.
Yes po, naka-index
Opo.
na po siya. That's
Okay
how
po.
the computer, kumbaga, that's how the computer translate it into its own language. Kasi
Yes,
ito, kumbaga,
yun po siguro yung tanong nung
Yes.
isa kanina.
Yes. So, yun po siya.
Okay, thank you po.
Okay na po.
Yes, you may proceed.
So, next po tayo, kay split naman po tayo. Split function. So, example po natin, text was my name is Peter. I am 28 years old. Shift enter. X equals text.split. So we will be using yung split function. And then shift enter again. And then you print X. Okay. So what is a split function? A split function is it splits a method into a list. Ini-split niya or pinaghihiwalay. Based on our example, we have the string, hello, my name is Peter. I am 20 years old. So text.split, ibig sabihin sa ang gamit natin na symbol in splitting is yung comma po. And then you print X. So nagkaroon tayo ng how many split? Tatlo po. Which is hello, my name is Peter and then I am 28 years old. So ayun po siya, nag-split siya based on dun sa comma. So that is split. Nakuha po?
Yes po.
Okay, another example. Using split also. Text equals, so apple, natin ang hash, banana, hash, cherry, hash, shift enter, X equals text dot split. Tapos sabi, i-split siya into list nung merong symbol na hash. Tapos, print X. Shift enter. So, na-split yung si apple, banana, cherry, and orange into list na siya. Questions po? So that is the split method. Okay? So we will be having another new notebook. So file, new notebook, Python 3.
Miss, we have a question here.
Yes, sir.
Does Python automatically replace the defined X to the most recent one assigned to it?
Ano yun, sir? Pardon?
Does Python automatically replace the defined X to the most recent assignment for it? Let's say, for example, in your code, meron tayong dalawang X.
Mm.
So, nire-replace daw ba ni line 23 si line 20?
Yung pinaka recent, sir, na example mo, which is ito. Kasi 'di ba, parehong X yung natin, variable, 'di ba?
Yes.
Pareho pong X. Pero ang piniprint niya is itong recent natin, which is yung apple, banana, cherry, and orange. Kasi dito sa 23, line 23 natin, yung text split natin is based on this example. Tapos may yung parang i-split siya dun, i-split niya yung merong symbol na hash, which is dito. Hindi niya, parang di-disregard na po yung nandito siya. Example.
Okay, so does that answer the question po, Sir Adrian? Okay, sige.
Okay,
Okay po.
another
We may proceed.
new notebook na po tayo. Ano po? So, we will be renaming it, our new notebook, into
Okay, there's a follow-up. Sige, ganito. Just to clarify na lang po. The equal sign is an assignment operator. So, automatically, kapag we consistently use the X, kung ano yung latest na in-update natin, it's like we're updating its value every time we use X equals. So, yun siya. As long as we identify the value of X, that means as long as we redefine the value of X. Ganun po siya. We're assigning a new value to X. That's what's happening. So, yun po. Sige, Miss, continue na.
So, another po tayo, new notebook po tayo. Papangalan natin siyang list_basic. List_basic po. So, in Python, kasi in any programming language, ang tawag po kasi is array. But in Python, ang tawag natin ay list po. So, we are in list array. So, pag sinabing list in Python, that is array. So, we will be having another variable. So, pag list po, naka-enclose siya sa square bracket. Square bracket po, 4.0. And then, we will be having a string which is 2. So, we will have, comment natin is arrays of numbers, but with multiple data types. First data type is integer, the second one is float, and then the third one is string. So, yun yung mga data types po. Okay, next. Shift enter. So, with print nums. And then shift enter. So, 3, 4.0, and 2. Next, we will be using the len function. Len. So, the len is for you to be able to know what are the elements in your array or how many. So, len nums is 3 kasi we have 3 elements which is 3, 4.0, and 2. Next. Nums. -1. So, bakit kaya 2 po yung lumabas? Kasi 2 refers to the last element of the array. So, yung -1, it refers to the last element of the array. Yung sa slices po natin kanina, kung natatandaan nyo po. Yung sa... So, kung ano yung nasa... Hello po.
Masyado daw mabilis.
Parang masyado po mabilis. Kasi nandun pa lang kami sa line number 2.
Opo, ma'am.
Error po kasi.
Ano po?
Syntax error.
Saan po, ma'am? Sa line 2?
Line 2.
Nums, tapos equals, square bracket po yung gamit nyo, ma'am.
Square bracket po, 3,
Comma,
comma,
4.0.
4.0, comma.
Tapos si 2 po, naka-enclose siya sa single quote or double quote.
Yes,
kahit ano po gusto.
Then,
Tapos close square bracket. Tapos ito po kasi is ano ma'am, comment. Tapos print nums. Nums, dito kasi siya, yung sa variable ko. Shift enter mo ma'am.
Ma'am, nasi-shift enter pero nagbabago yung line, nagiging file.
Pero nag-run siya ma'am. Nagkaroon ka po ng output na 3, 4.0, tsaka 2. Hindi na po siya nag-error.
Error pa rin, ma'am. So actually yung line number naging line number 5.
It's okay, miss. If you
Wala.
restart it in through kernel, tas restart and run all, magre-reset siya, magiging 1, 2, 3 ulit siya.
Kernel ma'am. Tapos restart. Restart and run all. Okay na po. Sir JM, di ko siya marinig.
There's a problem with your microphone. Can you type it in the chat? There's a static in your microphone, I believe. Is this Miss Catherine, right? Or Miss Jen, baka sa'yo yun?
Hindi. Naririnig kita malino kayo.
May stat. Just
Sir, alam ko, pwede
Mr. Justin pa rin, can you mute?
Sorry?
No, sorry.
Pwede siya mag-snipping tool, tapos yung pinaka-code, snipping tool, tapos paste niya sa chat box para makita natin.
Okay. Yes, miss, pa-snip na lang nung ano. Can you snip your code?
Yung mismong code.
Whose mic is that? Okay, I see. Sige po, let's wait. Okay. Yeah, I found whose mic was it. Nums 3, 4.2. Wala pong comma sa 4.0. Maybe that's your problem. So 3, comma, 4.0, comma, then apostrophe 2, apostrophe. Was I able to fix your error, Miss Catherine? So maybe you're missing the comma in beside 4.0. So yun nga, based on the what you pasted, 3, comma, 4.0, comma. So there, I hope it's already fixed. Maybe we can continue. Yon, okay, sige. It's already fixed. Miss Jen.
Hello, sir. Hello? Sir JM. Sir JM. Hello? Hello? Sir JM, okay, so we will now proceed to sorry po, lakas kasi ng ulan sa amin. So we are in list again. So we have list is the other term for list is array. So based on
Array.
hi, can you hear me?
Yes po. We
Yeah,
can
yes,
hear you.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Pasensya na po, ang lakas kasi ng ulan sa amin. So,
Ganda talaga.
pasensya na po. So list again, let's have a review first. So list, other term for that is array in Python. So we have the multiple data types. The variable is num, so 3, 4.0, and 2. Next is as we print nums, syempre lalabas din po si 3, 4.0, and 2. Len naman, it is for you to be able to see how many elements are you using in the array. So dahil 3, 4.0, and 2, ang result niya is 3. And then, ito naman, yung num, negative 1, again, ito po yung slices natin. So, negative 1, it refers to the last element of the array.
Ma'am, hindi po namin makita yung browser mo.
Sorry po. Yan. Okay na po? Nakikita po? Nakikita na po?
Yes,
Okay
I
po,
can see it.
nakikita na po.
Okay, yung nums negative 1, it refers to the last element of the array, which is 2. Next po tayo. So, try naman natin nums. Tapos, open into square bracket. Ano po yung result natin dyan? Shift enter. So, C 4.0. Again, nums 1, it refers to ano naman, the second element. Refers to the second element of the array. Okay, next tayo. So, we will be using yung append naman na tinatawag. So, what is append? So, type muna po natin ng at append. Open and close parentheses, you type 1. And then you click enter. Type print. Again, nums.append. Tapos open and close parentheses, 1. And then print nums. Shift enter. So append is for you to be able to add. So nadagdagan po siya, di ba? Kung kanina 3 elements tayo, na 3, 4.0, and 2, we append another 1, which is 1. So napunta siya dun sa dulo, 1. So that is yung append. Sample ulit. Gusto mo naman tanggalin si 2. So gagamit naman tayo ng remove. So num at remove. Ano nga yung tatanggalin natin? Si 2. Tapos enter, print nums.remove, open and close parentheses, naka-enclose sa single quote si 2, and then print num. So, napansin nyo po, tinanggal natin si 2. So, naging 3, 4.0, and 1. Yun po yung function ni remove. Next po. So, we will be using yung sorted na function. So, type natin, sorted. And then close parentheses, num. Sort natin si nums. And then, you click shift enter. Nakasort na siya into ascending. So, 1, 3, and 4.0. Nag-base po siya dito sa last. Okay po. Next. Sorted. Gusto mo naman siyang gawing descending. So, anong gagawin mo? Sorted, num, comma, and then you type the word reverse. Meaning, babaliktarin mo si ascending, magiging descending. Tapos, true is a boolean data. Kasi sa boolean, it is a data type. We have 2 values for boolean, which is true and false. Dahil gusto natin siyang i-reverse, gawing descending, so ilalagay natin ay true. And then shift, enter. So, nag-reverse siya, naging descending siya. So, 4.0, 3, and 1. Paano kung ayaw mo siyang i-reverse? So, babaguhin nyo lang po yung value ng reverse. Gagawin nyo lang siyang false. And then, shift, enter. So, bumalik siya sa dati. Naging, ano po siya? Ascending 1, 3, and 4.0. Clear po? May tanong? Regarding sa append, remove, sorted. Questions po? So we will be having, so yan po yung mga different functions. So append is for you to add another element. Remove is for you to remove, mag-delete ka. Sorted, nums, pag sorted lang, isusort mo siya ascending in ascending order. If you want it descending order, you type sorted nums and then reverse, you type true. Ibig sabihin, magdi-descending siya. Kung gusto mo naman na mag-ascending uli, pwede rin naman itong sorted nums uli, or pwede kung gusto mo, kasi mag-base ka dito sa una mong sa sinundan niya, so reverse is equal to false. Okay? So we will be having another notebook. Another notebook po ulit tayo. File, new notebook, Python 3. So we rename it as data types.
Ma'am, excuse.
Hello po.
Automatic ba siyang nagsisave dito sa Jupyter? Yung
Yes.
mga ginagawa natin?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Data types na po tayo. Another notebook po tayo. So the notebook name is data types. Okay. So data types, again, we have different data types in Python. We have the numbers, the string, the list, the tuple, and the dictionary. Under numbers, we have the integer, the float, long, and etc. Okay. So we will identify anong data type ba yung ita-type natin. So we type x is equal to 8. Tapos shift enter. We type, so for you to know the type or the data type, we type the word type, tapos x. Kasi gusto nating malaman anong data type ba ni x. So you type x. Again, x is equal to 8. You type print, open and close parentheses, you type the word type, and then you type again the variable x. And then shift enter. So tama po ba na si 8 ay integer? So that is correct. Another way is you type the word type para malaman mo kung anong data type siya. Tapos 8 point, and then shift enter. So yun. So nakita natin na 8.0, the data type for 8.0 is float. Another one, type. Tapos open and close parentheses, you type the word 5. Shift enter. str stands for string. So string siya. Another one, type. Open and close parentheses. You type the word true. And then shift enter. So bool, meaning boolean siya. So bool is boolean. So pag tinype mo naman, type false. Shift enter, boolean din. Pero pag yung word na false, nilagay mo siya ng quotation mark, ano mangyayari? So babatayin siya as string. Kasi naka-enclose siya sa single quotation mark. Paano naman pag yung number na 5, in-enclose mo siya sa double quote din? Binabasa siya as string. So that is the data types. So question po regarding sa data types. Do you have any questions po? Tanong po.
Wala po.
Okay, let us now proceed po. Another notebook po ulit tayo. File, new notebook, Python 3. So the name of the notebook is list_application. And then we click it, we rename it. So dito ulit tayo, kay list ulit tayo. So we will be having variable fruits equals, again, pag list, naka-enclose siya sa square bracket. So, we have apple, comma, then we click enter, we print so we have apple and orange. Those are our fruits. So we will be using yung append ulit. Magdadagdag tayo ng prutas. Fruits that append parenthesis. Dagdag tayo ng dragon fruit. Tapos you click print fruit. Hit enter. So, nadagdagan na siya. Apple, orange, and dragon fruit. What if I want to insert lemon, pero gusto kong i-insert si lemon sa position 1. Gusto ko nasa in between apple and orange siya. So, gagamit tayo ng function na insert. Parentheses. So, dahil in between apple and orange, apple kasi is 0, so ang mag-position niya is magiging 1. So, tatype natin yung number na 1. Tapos, yung i-insert natin na fruit, which is lemon. Fruits that insert, position 1, in between apple and orange, and then kung ano yung i-insert natin, which is lemon. Shift, enter. Print fruits. Apple, lemon. Nag-ulit kasi kanina hindi ko siya na-run. Nung ni-run ko, nag-doble siya. So, apple, lemon, lemon, orange, dragon fruit. Supposed to be, it is apple, lemon, orange, and dragon fruit lang. Next tayo. So, we will now identify yung kung ilan yung elements natin uli. Di ba yung kanina po natin ginamit is len. So, ganun lang po. Len, fruits. Ilan yung elements na gamit natin? So, we have 5. Balik po tayo. So, fruits that append para madagdagan yung nasa list natin. Fruits that insert para saan yung 1? Kasi gusto nating ilagay si lemon in between apple and orange. So, yun siya. So, kung 2, papalitan nyo, in between lemon and orange naman siya. And then, len is for you to be able to know how many elements ang meron dun sa fruits. Next, yung remove na naman, fruits that remove, for you to remove. Okay, remove natin si lemon. Fruits. And apple, orange, and dragon fruit po. Na-remove natin siya. May tanong po?
Wala po.
May question po ako dun sa chat box.
Yes, ma'am.
Regarding sa difference ng yung regular parenthesis with the box type na parenthesis.
Ma'am, pag sa pag sa list, yung pag magde-declare ka ng array, kailangan naka-box siya. Yung square bracket. Pero yung pag yung halimbawa magbe-print ka, yun yung open and close parenthesis. So tatandaan na lang po natin na pag arrays or list, yung pinaka-list natin dapat naka-enclose siya sa square bracket. Yun po yung difference.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay po. Next po tayo, another notebook po. May tanong pa po. So, file, new notebook. So, the notebook name is, ano naman tayo po? If else. If else. And then, click her name. So, we will be having the variable x equals to 6. Shift enter. So, we will be using the if statement. So, if x daw is greater than 6. And then colon. Enter. Print. String siya, naka-enclose sa double quotation or single quote. X is less than 6. So, kung mapapansin nyo po, kung sa mga different programming language, we are using curly braces. Dito po kay Python, we are not using any curly braces but we use indentation. So, kailangan po, i-indent natin siya. So, kung ano po yung pagkakatype ko, sundan na lang po natin. May indentation siya. Pag hindi po natin in-indent, magkakaroon po tayo ng error. So, yun po yung replacement with curly braces. So, instead of else if, yung buong word na else if, elif lang tayo. X is greater than 6. Colon ulit. So, ano magiging natin? Print X greater than 6. Enter again. So, dapat kapantay siya ni if, elif, si else. Colon. Print. Tapos, x is 6. Okay. So, sabi dito sa condition natin, gumamit tayo ng if, elif, and else. Based sa condition, x is less than 6, anong lalabas pag na-meet niya yung condition na yon? Lalabas ay, ang magpiprint is x is less than 6. Pero kung ang x naman na nilagay mo, which is nandito, greater than 6, ang magpiprint is x is greater than 6. Pero kung ang inilagay mo ay 6, else, ang lalabas is x is 6. Nakuha po? So, if x less than 6, colon, print, tapos, hindi po siya naka-indent, elif, x is greater than 6, colon, and then, yung last na command po is else. So, shift, enter. X is 6. Tama po, di ba? Dahil ang variable natin ay 6 po. Paano pag ginawa natin 10, si variable? Ano po yung magiging output natin? So, shift, enter, shift, enter. X is greater than 6. Dito niya, na-meet niya yung condition na to, so ito po yung lalabas. Kanina po, ito yung na-meet niya na condition, kaya ito po yung lumabas. Paano pag ang nilagay natin ay 3? Enter. Shift, enter. X is less than 6. Anong condition yung na-meet niya? Ito pong una, nasa if. So, yan. Depende po siya. Another one. Gamit naman tayo ng y. Y is equal to 8 naman tayo. Shift, enter. So, copy na lang natin po. But make sure na pag kinapi-paste po natin, papalitan natin lahat ng x. Gagawin natin y. Y. Variable na x, papalitan natin ng y. Okay? And then shift, enter. Y is greater than 6. So, yun po si if else po. Nakuha po ba?
Yes po.
Okay, we will now proceed to Boolean. So, like what I have said a while ago, Boolean has two values, which is true and false. So, file, new notebook. We'll be creating another notebook, which is, the title is Boolean. And then we rename it. So, we will be having the variable laptops. Laptops is equal to 3. Shift enter. Phones is equal to 4. So laptop equal to phones. Is that true or false? So ang variable natin na laptop, ang value niya is 3. Si phone naman, ang value niya is 4. Sabi dito sa relational operator, kung si laptop daw ay equal to phones. Napansin niyo po, ang equal symbol in Python, dalawang equal sign siya. Kasi yung pag isang equal symbol po, assignment operator po ang tawag doon. So ano po yung magiging result natin? True or false ba? Si laptop ba ay equal kay phone? True or false? So false. Kasi ang value ni laptop ay 3, si phone ay 4. How about laptops? Is greater than phones. The answer is false. Why? Because 3 is not greater than 4. So, paano pag si laptops is less than phones? So, true. Kasi, ang value ni laptop ay 3, ang value ni phone ay 4. So, mas less than yung value ni laptop kay phone. So, yun lang po yung Boolean. Questions po? May tanong po regarding sa Boolean? Okay. So, we will be having another notebook. The notebook name should be function. So, new notebook, Python 3, functions. And then, rename it as functions. So, functions, yun yung mga, the first one is we will be using the asterisk. So, 8. Kunin natin yung product ng 8 at 10. So, shift enter. The answer is 80. 8 times 10 is 80. How about 8 divided by 10? The answer is 0.8. 8 raised to 2. So, dalawang asterisk po yun. 8 raised to 2 is 64. So, yan. So, we will now be defining a function. So, when you are defining, you type the command def and then calc. And then, meron tayong variable which is x, y, and op. OP stands for operator. Pero depende po sa inyo yan kung ano yung gagamitin yung variable. And then, colon. Enter. If OP is equal to add. So, ano mangyayari daw? Ano magiging operation? So, return x plus y. Next. Else if kung si OP naman daw ay equal. Okay, subtract. Ano magiging operation niya? Return x minus y. Is equal to multiply times y. Else if equal to divide, return x divided by y. Okay. So, we will be typing the function calc. So, ang kukumputin daw natin, ang x natin is 1. Tapos, ang y natin is si 2. Anong gagamitin kong operator? Gusto ko siyang i-add. So, lalagay natin add. And then, shift, enter. So, 1 plus 2 is 3. Correct. Gusto kong makuha yung value ni 10 tsaka ni 90. Tapos, ang operation niya or operator niya is subtract. Enter. So, the answer is negative 80. Paano pag ang value mo naman, gusto mo naman makuha yung value 200 tsaka ni 20. Tapos, i-divide ko siya. Shift enter. The answer is 10.0. Calc. Kukunin ko yung value ni 9 at ni 8. Gusto ko siyang i-multiply. The answer, 72. So, that is yung function na that is the calc function. Sir JM? Sir JM?
Sige, let's continue. So, just to introduce myself, I'm Mr. Jose Marie de Vera. You can call me Sir JM. We've been in touch in Telegram for some of you. So, after this session, I'll still be in touch with you. I'm currently a teacher in De La Salle Santiago Zubel, teaching robotics and computer technology. So, there, a little bit of background about myself. For my agenda, or the topics that I'll be covering, would be a little bit of refresher for lists, okay, and the different kinds of lists or arrays available for Python. Next is we'll be discussing loops. Then I'll be giving you an overview of the different libraries that's available for Python, so that which you can use for improving or learning data science. Okay, then I'll be giving you the resources, and hopefully before we end, I can give you the instructions, since after this session you will be having an assignment. So hopefully everyone would be able to participate, so that you will be able to receive your certificate for this webinar. Okay, let me stop sharing. We just set it up. Okay. So share my screen, which would be okay. Can you now see my screen? Hopefully you can. Okay, so right now we'll be creating a new notebook. So I'd like you to create a new notebook from Jupyter and name it list intermediate. List dash intermediate. Okay, so I hope that would be a breeze for you, since you've been creating a couple of notebooks for the previous session. Okay, so let me just okay, so for Python, okay, I'll be the things that I'll be mentioning will also be typed as comments here in the screen, so that it would be like a presentation to you guys. Okay, so in Python, we have different collections. These are known as arrays. Okay, for the previous lesson, you were introduced to the first type of collection, which is a list. Okay, a list is a collection in which it is ordered and the values are changeable. So Earlier, you were having indexes in which those lists are ordered, and you can change and update the values of it. Okay. This
Excuse me,
is
sir.
yes.
Sir, can you please zoom
Oh
your...
yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, my bad.
Thank you.
Okay, is this good? Is this good enough?
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Okay.
All right. I apologies. I forgot. So again, list is a collection of is a collection which is ordered and changeable. So as you experienced earlier, nakagawa kayo ng mga list, and meron tayong indexes in which they are ordered, and nababago nyo yung values. Okay? And we use the square brackets if you notice. Okay, kanina may nagtanong, "Sir, what's the difference when I use a square bracket or a round bracket?" So ito yung sagot. So first is list, okay? The second type of collection is a tuple. Okay? It is a collection. Okay, copy and paste ko na lang para medyo mabilis tayo. Which is ordered, but this in this particular list, it's unchangeable. Okay, the values are unchangeable. Okay, ito yung meron tayong round brackets or parentheses. Okay, so same lang din yung paggamit sa kanila. Ang pinagkaiba lang nila would be the syntax. Syntax meaning the symbol that we are using. So for list, we're using square brackets. For tuple, we're using round brackets. Third type would be a set. Okay, similar to your to our mathematics set. Okay, it's a collection as well, but this time it's unordered and unchangeable. Okay, so this one naman, curly brackets. So same manipulation. So what you learned from list can also be applicable to tuple and set. It's just that they have different syntax. And the last type of collection would be dictionary. Ito yung medyo naiiba sa apat. Okay? Dictionary is a collection which is unordered, but it is changeable. Okay? And we'll be using curly brackets for this as well. Okay? Pero ang pinagkaiba niya would be the content or what's inside the collection. Okay? A dictionary's collection is composed of a key value pair. Okay, sige. Let me make these comments so that we can proceed. Okay, so let me create a new collection. Let's say a dictionary, I mean. So let's say family dictionary. Okay, so equal sign would be the assignment operator, and we'll be having curly brackets as mentioned above. Okay, so let's have here a dad. Okay, and let's give him a name. Let's say, for example, what's a Filipino name? Juan. Okay, then we create another one. So mom, let's give mom a name which is Juana. Okay, then let's put another one which would be equal to. Okay, so I have here a dictionary with 3 items inside of it. What are the items? Okay, the items are Dad Juan, that's one. Okay, Mom Juana, that's the second, and size 2, that's the third. Okay, hit enter. If I will be getting the length of this uh, particular collection, it would show you 3. So again, we have 3 items in the collection. That would be Dad 1, that's the first. Mom Juana, that's the second. The third is the size, which is 2. So as of the moment, we have 2 members of our family. Okay? So if kanina ba na-introduce yung len sa inyo? So len stands for length. Okay, so this function function displays how many key value pairs are in the dictionary. Okay, so looking at this keyword, key value, okay, so we have here three key value pairs, dad1, mom1, and size2. Okay, so looking at it, ang keys natin, we have three as well, so that would be dad, mom, and the size. Okay, the values are 1, 1, and 2. Okay, we clear on that?
Okay
Okay.
po.
Okay. So nakaka-follow. Very good. So now, I'll be adding, let's try to add items, or let's try to add a key pair value to our family. So let's say, for example, 1 and 1 got married. So most likely they would be having children. So what I do is call on the dictionary. Then I'll be specifying, let's say, for example, son 1, okay, equals then the name. Okay, then maybe they had twins. So this would be daughter 1. Okay, equals what would be a good name for a daughter? Oh, let's say, for example, Dora. Okay, and now if I print this, okay, there will be two additional members in the family dictionary. So as you can see, we now have dad Juan, mom Juana, size 2. Okay. Then the two new items, which is son 1, Diego, and daughter 1, which is Dora. So that's how you add um, values in the collection, or a key pair value in the collection. Okay, so if I'll be using len again, okay, we'll be having a total of 5 key pair values inside the dictionary. Okay, let's say, for example, a few years passed, and Diego will be going out of the house. So what I'll do is I'll be removing him from the dictionary. So what's the keyword for deleting? That would be del. Okay, short for delete. Then the name of the family, or the name of the dictionary, and you just have to call on the key. So if I'll be doing this and I'll be running it, okay, family dictionary, okay, shift enter. Oh, sorry. What did I do?
Should be San Juan.
Yeah,
San
San
Juan.
Juan. Yeah. Thank you. So that's great. So you know now how to identify which are the keys and why we are having errors. So press on shift enter there. Okay, it's already updated, in which case daughter or son 1 left our dictionary. So delete. So this would be the sample to remove a key pair value in your. Okay, so well, we forgot to update the size. So if we want to update a particular item in the collection, here's how we'll be doing it. So we just have to get the family dictionary. Okay, then let's say the size in particular. So from 2 it became 4, 4, yeah, in the family, then minus Diego, so that would become 3, right? So instead of that, I'll be just be, so there. So right now, this is an example of updating a key pair value collection. Okay, then let's print it again. Okay, shift enter. Okay, as you can see, the size is already updated. Okay, can you still follow? Are there any questions so far?
Wala, sir. Walang
Okay,
question.
okay, that's good. That's great. So hopefully everybody is able to do it. Okay, what's next would be, let's say for example, a few years later, Dora is to be married. So most likely we'll be having in-laws, right? So what we'll be doing is we'll be adding a new key pair collection in our dictionary. So let's add here in-laws. So the names of the in-laws would be, let's say, for example, Hansel and Gretel. Okay, looking at this example, okay, I'm adding two names, okay, but I only have one key. Okay, I'm having two values for only one key. Okay, and let's see how it would result in our dictionary. Okay, so as you can see, we have here dad 1, mom Juana, size is still there, daughter Dora, plus the new key, which is in-laws, but we have two values for it. Okay, if we are to display how many items or how many key pairs are there in family dictionary, it would result to 5. So that would be dad 1, mom, size, that's 3, daughter, that's 4, and the in-laws, that's 5. So it doesn't count how many names or how many values I have in the key pair in-laws. Okay, so it only counts how many keys you have. Okay, the length function only, see, let's put it here. Function only counts the number of keys there, not the values in particular. Okay, so let's say for example, I want to display a specific item from my dictionary. Okay, same goes for same concept with your arrays or lists before. We also have indexes in here. So let's say for example, I want to access a specific item from the dictionary, which would be um, the name of one of the in-laws. So I'll be having in-laws. Okay. And in here would be 0. So what do you think would be our result if we do this? Anyone? You
Hansel.
can unmute.
Hansel.
Hansel. Okay, sige, let's see. Okay, so there it is. Hansel. Hansel is the correct answer. So right now, I'm assuming that you already got the concept of how arrays work. So if we are to try to display one of the names of the main family, then maybe we can change this and yeah, let's see. Oops, did I do? Oh, sorry. If we are to get a specific value for a specific key, then we should just call on its key. So there, that, there. Okay. So this is only applicable if you have multiple values. Okay, this is applicable if you have only one value for your key. Okay, so if you want now to display all your keys, you just simply call on this function. There's a new function to be introduced. So family keys. So what do you think would be the result for this? Family dot keys. Anyone from the class? What do you think would be the result of this?
Display all.
Yeah, display all what? Are we talking about
The
display
names.
the
All the
name?
keys.
Okay, sige, let's see. So if I press shift enter, oh, sorry. Family dictionary, sorry, my bad. Okay, family dictionary dot keys, shift enter. Okay, so what it displayed was the different keys, just the keys, not the names, because the names are actually values. So if you want to display those names, then instead of keys, we'll be using values. So there. So ito 'yon. Dito niya pinakita yung names na sinasabi natin. Okay, and last would be displaying its the items in the dictionary. So just put it here and there. So it displays all the keys and all the values all together in just one output. Okay, so this is an example of a dictionary. It's similar to a list, but it's a little bit complicated since it accepts multiple values for each pair, for each key pair. Okay, it can accept multiple values for each key. Okay, so I have here a couple of uh, other functions which you may check. Okay, so we have clear, which removes all the elements. If we do this, mauubos yung laman ng ating dictionary. We have update. Okay. Sige, so to update the dictionary. Okay, I'll be pasting a code or a website in which you can see more of the functions for the dictionary. Okay, so here it is. I'll be posting it in our Microsoft Teams as well after or I'll be posting it in one of the resources later. Okay, so I think that's it for dictionaries. Do you have any questions for dictionaries before we proceed to the next session? Miss Jen, can you check if they have questions?
Sir, may question lang po kung saan mo daw ipopost yung link nung sa W3 schools, sa chat
Okay.
box po
Okay,
ba
yeah.
or sa...
Sige, I'll be posting it in chat box. I'll be posting it in telegrams. But before we end the session, later I'll be giving you a Google Drive link in which you will be having access to a couple of resources, and I'll be posting a document in there so that you will be able to see all the links that we used throughout the presentation. Even the post-test and the pre-test is also there. So all the links will be posted in just one document. So I'll be posting that particular link in later before we end. So there. Okay. Any other questions?
Sir, question.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Ito pong Python, are there any other platforms, not only Jupyter, na pwedeng
Yes.
gamitin?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Python is a programming language which is widely available to most integrated development environment. So what we're using right now is Jupyter notebooks, in which it's quite easier to understand or teach using this platform. Pero if you're into programming really, then maybe you can consider using another IDE. What we can recommend would be Visual Studio Code. Okay, since we're partnered with Microsoft, so Visual Studio Code, there you may download this, and you just have to activate the extension for Python, and you may use that for programming in Python. So right now, Jupyter Notebook, what it shows us is an immediate output for every line of code that we do. But in the real world, once you start programming, um, you have to you don't have to uh, get the output immediately habang nagpo-program ka. Hindi naman siya ganoon. Hindi naman kada shift enter mo or hindi naman kada enter mo gusto mo makita agad yung value. So in another platform, that would be uh, a different scenario. So right now, we're using Jupyter Notebook since mas madali siya, since nakikita agad natin yung output. Pero while if you were diving into coding really, you may consider another IDE for it. Jupyter lang is a good platform, and Anaconda has a lot of resources. That's why we're using it right now.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. You may check Visual Studio Code. That's provided by Microsoft, an IDE provided by Microsoft. It's good. It has IntelliSense. When we say IntelliSense, ito yung pinapredict niya na kung ano yung itatype mo. Or pinapredict niya na kung ano yung mga possible solutions for your specific code. So there, I hope I was able to answer that.
Sir JM, I have posted the link for the Visual Studio Code.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, sige. I'll post it in the link later as well. In the document that I'll be giving you. Okay, so that's that for dictionaries. So again, it's similar to your lists. We just have a couple of additional functions based here on this website. So ang complicated lang sa kanya would be the key and the pairs, since it all key and the values, since they always come in pairs. So this would be applicable for more complicated data kapag meron na tayong mas komplikadong mga data na hinahandle.
Sir, another question is,
Yeah?
is Jupyter can be used offline?
Unfortunately, no. Okay. Well, this particular notebook is online lang siya. So it accesses a local host in your browser, but it's online, so that paano ba? Ganun siya designed eh. It's meant to autosave. It's just like Google Docs. Okay? Na nasa browser lang siya. So you have to be online for it.
So pwede nilang gamitin, sir, yung Visual Studio Code, di ba? Kung
Yes,
offline.
of course. Oo. There are lots of different IDEs that you can use in practicing Python. But we're just using this right now since yun nga, nakikita natin agad yung values na gusto natin when we say print immediately in real time. And then also, so that we can share whatever we're doing right now. Maybe all the notebooks that we had earlier and this notebook as well, we can share it with you guys. Kaya we're using this platform. So there. Anaconda kasi has a lot of resources. If you would be looking at the tab learning in Anaconda, madami doon, and the community is quite great. So if you have questions and you'd like to join polls or discussions, you may look into it. So there, any other questions? May I proceed to the next notebook? I'll be creating another notebook. Don't worry, this would be the second to the last notebook for today. So let's have it here. So create a notebook. This time we'll be discussing loops. Okay, so if you've already had programming, most likely you were able to encounter loops. Okay, Python has two. Sige, mismo. Loops, or two loops which works in the Python. Okay, first loop would be the while loop. Okay, the second would be the for loop. Okay, yeah. So let's discuss while loop first. Okay, while loops. It enables us to execute a specific or a set of statements, a set of code. Sige, gawin natin yan. As long as a condition is true. Okay, earlier for the previous session, you were introduced to the if and else, right? So, yung if-else statements natin, it checks a condition before it proceeds, right? So in a while loop, we also check a specific condition. So ang alam ko inintroduce kayo ni Miss sa operators. Okay? Tama ba? So we have here, sige nga, tingnan nga natin. Ano po itong operator na ito? Anyone? This symbol. Kahit hindi ka
Greater than.
okay, greater than. So this is one operator. Okay, we also have less than. Less than. Okay, we also have something similar to this, which are your greater than equal and less than equal. Okay, so we also have a not equal. So ito yung not equal. Okay, and last would be equal. So ang single equal sign, based kanina, sinasabi natin, it's an assignment operator. Meaning you only use the single equal sign if you're assigning a specific value to a variable. Let's say, for example. But if we are using an operator, we'll be using a double equal sign. So this means is equal to. Okay, we clear on this? Nagets naman po. So these are the different operators that you can use to compare values. Okay, sige, papakita natin ngayon. So let's proceed. Let's have I'll be showing you the interface or the syntax for the while loop. So let's first declare a variable. Okay, is someone's mic turned on? I'm hearing static. Okay, thank you. So there. So again, I'm declaring a variable with the value 1. Okay, so that's that. Then I'll be adding the while keyword. Okay, then after the while keyword, I'd be including a condition. So this is the condition that I'll be checking if I'll be for me to be able to identify if I'll be proceeding with the loop or not. Okay, so I is greater than 5, for example. Sige. Okay, so in this particular example, I will keep on printing, or I will keep on doing this set of statement, okay, while the value I is less than 5. Okay, again, I will keep on printing hello world while the value I is less than 5. Okay, if I run this program right now, okay, most likely it will run, yes, but most likely it will have an infinite loop. Bakit? Kasi ang nangyayari when I run this, it will keep on repeating this line of code while this condition is true. Apparently, wala tayong ginagawa kay variable I to make this condition false. So kapag ni-run ko to ngayon, sige, let's try it. Hopefully it won't crash. So as you can see, it runs in an infinite loop. Nakikita nyo ba? I have palit yung scroll bar ko. Okay. Tama, nakikita. So yan, infinite loop siya. So for us to be able to do this, for us to end our loop, we should be able to make this condition false. So how do we do that? So ganito gagawin natin. So we'll change the value of I, we'll update its value into this. Okay? So what will happen in this set of code, okay, once I run this, okay, so it will print hello world. After it prints hello world, it changes the value of I. So I becomes 1 plus 1, so that becomes 2. Then I go back to the start of the loop. So in this case, 2 is less than 5. Then I'll print hello world. I'll run this, it becomes 3. 3 is less than 5. Okay, sige. Let me run this para makita niyo. So as you can see, it printed hello world. Okay. 4 times. So for you to see it clearly, let's have it here. Yeah, para makita natin mas clear. So let's try to run this. Oops, sorry. What did I do? Hello world. Okay. So yan. So ito siya. So for this hello world, the value is 1. This hello world, the value is 2. Until it meets the condition. So once it's 5, so 5 is not less than 5, so we stop the loop. Okay? Naintindihan po ba how the while loop works? So this particular line of code, okay, is very important in order for this condition to be false. Kasi pagka wala ito, then most likely magkakaroon tayo ng infinite loop. Nagigets po ba kung paano ang nangyari?
Okay po.
Sige. Okay, so sige nga, if I were to add this equal sign, how many times will hello world print? Anyone from the class?
5 po.
5. Okay, kasi 5 is equal to 5, so it will run it once again. Okay, it becomes 6. So false na siya, then we'll stop. So, okay. Sige. Let's try this. Okay. So I'll be copying this. Okay. Did you also know that you can use a while loop and an if statement in one program? So here's how we'll be doing it. Okay? So sige. So I have this same code lang as the one above. Okay, you just remove the print string. Okay, and in here before I make the iteration, okay, I'll be adding a condition. So this is an if condition, if you remember. Okay, then I'll be adding this break. Okay, a break statement can stop the loop even if the condition is not met. Even if the condition false. Yan, it's not yet false. So if I run this, okay. Oops, ano ba to? If I pala, sorry. If I is equal to 3. So in here, I'm checking if it's 3 now already. Then I'll be breaking it. So I'll be stopping the loop. So as you can see, it stops at 3. It didn't display 4 and 5. Okay, we good with that? Any questions regarding the while loop? So the while loop syntax would be like this. So while keyword, then the condition. Okay, then colon, then statements. Okay. Any questions regarding while loop?
Sir, walang question sa chat box.
All right. Okay. Sige. Let's try to create a mini game. Okay, if you would bear with me. Let's create another file. So let's say, for example, this would be guess my number. Okay. So let's create. Okay, so first I'll be importing a library. Okay, so this is how you import a library. So later I'll be introducing to you some libraries. So this is one way of you importing a library to your Python. Okay, to your program. So I'll be importing a library. Okay, I'll be creating a new variable. So my num. Okay, this code means I'll be generating a random number from 1 to 10. And I'll be putting it in this variable, my number. Okay po, nakakasunod. Then I'll be creating another one which is my guess. I'll be setting it to 0. Okay. Sige. So I'll be oops, what's this again? Random. Okay, let me stop that. Okay, stop kernel or start and run all. Okay. So there. Okay, so while my guess not equal to, okay, my number, then we'll keep on repeating these lines of codes. Okay, so my guess is equal to input. So this time we'll be creating a game in which it will be requiring an input. Okay. Okay. After that, I'll be converting that specific input into integer so that we can actually do the comparison. Okay, so I'm converting it to an integer by using this and putting it inside the variable my guess. Okay, so if my guess is greater than my number, okay, then I'll be printing, oh, that's uh that's too high. Okay, else if, okay, you learned about this earlier. So if it's the opposite naman, then we print that's too low. Okay, nakakasunod po ba?
Opo, nakakapanood.
Nakakapanood.
Pabagalan po ng konti.
Sir,
Oh,
mabilis.
sige, sige. Well, I'm optimizing the copy and paste kasi. So, sige, sige. I'll give you a minute to catch up. Oh, sige, I'll be discussing it while you're typing it. So again, we have here a while loop. Okay, so we'll keep on repeating all the programs below it. Okay, while we haven't guessed the correct number. So kailangan maging true ito. maging equal sila before we end the loop. So right now, for this line of code, we'll be asking for an input later pag nirun na natin to. Okay, in this part, it's converting it into an integer so that we can compare these two numbers. So remember, my num, okay, is a random number from 1 to 10. Okay. So else, talagay pa ako dagdagan pa natin. Patapos na tayo. Else print. Nice. You got that right. So there. So this is a mini game. So again, our objective is to guess the number which is randomly generated. So ito yon. So we have to match that particular number.
Sir, may question si Miss Catherine.
Sige, go ahead.
Invalid syntax after I run.
Okay, sige, tignan natin. Baka may invalid syntax na ako. Okay. Guess my num. Okay, sige. Kasi elif. Okay, ito. Karoon ata ako ng space and I'm missing the semicolon. That's why. Okay, let's see. Start and start all. Okay, so ayan. Nag-run na siya. So in my case, I'm guessing the number between 1 to 10. Let's try 5. Oops, that's too low. So I have to choose a number which is higher than 5. Let's say 7. Oops, I got it already. So I guess I'm lucky. So maybe you can try it in your own devices. Run it a couple of times so that you can test and understand how your code works. Okay na daw ba, Miss Catherine? Napagana na natin?
Wala na siyang ano, sir. Baka napagana na po.
Okay, sige. So, do you have any questions regarding while loop?
Sir, sorry, may error pa ako.
Okay, sige. Have you compared it with my code or kung parehas tayo or
Comparing pa lang po.
sige. Maybe you can post it in the chat so that Miss Jen can check it for you. Okay. Okay, can we proceed? Last lesson na, last na talaga. Anyway, we'll try. We'll have our notebooks downloaded, or you can. Who's my? Okay, so as I was saying, we'll try to download our notebooks and maybe we can share it with you. Most likely, I will ask Asean, or if not, then I'll be including our notebooks in the drive link that I'll be giving you later. So Miss Jen and I will collaborate and gather all our notebooks so that we can give it to you. Para i-open nyo na lang. Hindi nyo na kailangan i-type isa-isa. Okay ba yun?
Okay po.
Okay po.
Okay, sige, sige.
Nice.
Sige, para hindi kayo mahirapan after this session. Okay, so for the last lesson, let's go back to your loops. Okay, so tayo sa loops. Okay, gawa naman ako ng sige. Next loop would be let's just go back to your loops notebook para isang notebook na lang. So next loop would be the for loop as I mentioned earlier. Okay. This loop is used iterating over a sequence. Okay, that means pwede siyang sa set of statements, dictionary, or string. Sige. Huwag nyo na i-type yan. Okay lang naman na hindi nyo na i-type yan. Again, I'll be downloading our different notebooks and we'll be providing it to you guys. So here's the syntax for a for loop. So for is the keyword. Okay. Then let's say a variable. Okay. Variable is known as var. Okay. Pwede ring x or any letter that you want. Or let's say v. Okay. So in the word, sige, let's try this. Watawat. Okay. So for every variable or for every character in Watawat, okay, let's print. Okay, so as you can see, this variable represented each character in the word Watawat. So for each letter, we print V. So this is the for loop used in strings. So this is an example of string if you remember. Okay, so let's try to use it in a list. Okay, so let's have a list. So gawa tayo ng list. Meron akong list ng fruits. So mga paborito kong fruits ay apple, orange, and of course, lemon. Okay? So I'll be creating a for loop. So for another variable name, let's say this time it's x in fruits. Then I'll be printing all of its content. So shift enter there. It created it printed the contents of my list. So for loop is applicable for strings. It can also be applicable in lists. Okay. So there, those are the types of your loops which you can apply in Python. Okay, so again, I'll be providing a link in our for you to have more references regarding operators and the functions that you can use together with these loops. Okay, so sige, let me stop presenting and reshare with you our slides so that we're nearing the end of our session. So as I mentioned earlier, I'll be presenting to you the okay, can you see it? Can you see the presentation na?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes
sige.
po,
I'll be
yes.
moving to so again, so my part would be the overview of libraries. Okay, so libraries, ito ay mga, when we say libraries, these are well, similar to our traditional libraries, but this time it's software. So kanina kung nag-create kayo ng functions, right? So back when Python was still being developed, a couple of developers were able to create functions which would be helpful for everyone. So ito ay in-upload nila sa community and that's what made our libraries. So meron tayong mga libraries in which it consists of functions which would be helpful for your for you as a developer or as a programmer. Okay, so these functions, sila na yung gumawa para mapadali yung buhay natin. So we have your sample of essential libraries. In Anaconda, you can access it through the navigator and in the environments tab. Okay, you just have to search here on the upper right. So search packages, and maybe you can look for the following libraries. Actually, it's already installed in your Anaconda. So we have here pandas. Okay, just take note of this. I mean, we'll be giving you the presentation, but maybe you can remember these libraries. So pandas is one of the best libraries when it comes to flexible open source data analysis in Python. So Panda is powered by Python, and it's a good library for you guys. We also have NumPy. So ito ay for multidimensional arrays, just like our dictionaries. So except for the functions that I gave you earlier, or that we introduced to you earlier, this library would have a lot of different functions pre-created for you to be able to use them. So matplot library, I believe this is similar to the mat library, which are used by engineers. So if you have an engineering background, a few years ago, maybe you've heard of mat library. And matplot library is the software version of it, in which it's designed for Python as well. And we have scikit-learn for another library for Python, which can help you improve your interaction with NumPy and Matplotlib. So itong mga libraries na to, they help each other as well. And lastly would be the natural language toolkit. This is the one used for chatbots. Have you encountered chatbots? Most likely you have. When you go to Shopee or Facebook shops, okay, when you inquire, automatically there are prompts na, hi, welcome, thank you for messaging us, something like that. Tapos they would be giving you choices. What are your choices? Are you going to inquire? Are you going to ask for the price? Or are you going to ask if this is available? And those chatbots are developed through this natural language toolkit. It's used for chatbots. So right now the trends are chatbots, since we're mostly dealing online. So meron tayong mga chatbots available, and the NLT is a good resource for it. Okay, so we're about to end our session, and let me just share with you these resources. Okay, please take note of this resource for you'll be using it frequently, or most likely you will be looking into the tutorials for this, since after this your assignment is to cascade what we learned about today to other students or to the younger generation. So please take note of the futurereadyassian.org. There are 4 tracks in here. Please look into the Data Wizard track. So andun din ang lessons for Python if you'd really like to dive into coding for Python, and a couple of Microsoft related tools like Excel, Word. It's all in here if you want to learn more about them. Also, we have learn.microsoft.com. This is a platform from Microsoft, in which it's open for all as long as you have the time to watch webinars. This is good for those who are interested in learning different tools or different technologies provided by Microsoft. Okay, so as promised, this is the link that I told you about earlier. So can you please try to access this link? And this will lead you into a Google Drive. Okay, can you guys open your browsers and open this link? Can you open it? Or do you have access to the files inside of it? Can I just get a quick feedback from you guys?
Got it, sir.
Meron, di ba? So in there would
meron.
be cheat sheets. Okay, so kung nakalimutan nyo na agad yung mga functions natin kanina, meron akong in-upload dyan na cheat sheets for basic. Okay, yung mga madalas na gamitin na functions are there, and a couple of the lessons that we had earlier is also there. Meron ba? Nakita nyo ba? May mga images dyan. And there's a document in there as well, in which the links are provided. So nandyan yung post-test and pre-test. So for those who missed it earlier, maybe you can check that. And the links for W3 schools, I'll be re-uploading it there later after my presentation. So that hopefully that helps. And since I'm you're educators as well, so I would like to share this with you guys. Kung meron kayong problems regarding audio, okay, so this is an application which can help you improve your audio. So kung halimbawa kung wala tayong budget for a noise cancelling microphone, this could help you out. So just click on this link and sign up and install it in your devices, and you'll see the experience in which it will help you improve your microphone quality even if you don't have a noise cancelling headset. Yung normal headsets natin, it would sound like we have a noise cancelling headset. So there. Okay, so what's next? So again, we have an assignment for you guys. So first off, please answer this post test. Okay, maybe you can do it later so that we can end the presentation immediately. So again,
Sir, can you post the link on the chat box?
Okay, sige. Miss Jen,
Thank you.
can you do that for me? Since I don't have access in the chat
Copy,
box.
sir.
All right, thank you. And again, this link is also posted in the bit.ly FRA Python. So pwede nyo rin siyang i-access doon.
Sir, sorry, can you post that also sa Telegram?
Sure, sige. Sige, I'm posting it right now. So, Telegram.
Thank you.
So, what is that? bit.ly / AFP test 2020. AF post test 2020. Okay, there it is in Telegram. Okay, since it's in the chat box, maybe I can move on to the next slide. So what's next? So your assignment before you receive your certificates would be to conduct trainings. So you guys are assigned or asked to conduct trainings similar to what we had, and ask your students to sign up for the futurereadyasayan.org, the link that I gave earlier. So you'll be asking them to sign up to that website, okay, and get the email addresses that they use. Now, how will we be able to know if you did your assignment? So we'll be keeping in touch in Telegram, and we'll be using this form. Okay, sige. Let me share with you the form. Give me a minute. I'll share with you the form. Where is that form?
Sir, ako na. Ako na
Okay, sige, go ahead.
Medyo malaki na. Ang laki.
Ayun,
Copy-paste ko
eto
lang
na.
eh.
Yeah, okay. Sige,
Yes,
I
sir.
actually have the link to the form. I'll just be posting it. Nakita na ba? Na-share mo na? Sorry.
Yes. Medyo malaki lang yung link. Kasi copy and paste ng ginawa ko. Sir JM, may question si Sir Rico dyan. Pakibalik daw po
Okay.
ang slide before ng download.
Before ng download.
Yung sa ano yata, Future Ready ASEAN.
Okay. Yung link lang yun ng Future Ready ASEAN. Sige, I'll post it here in the chat. So, ayan. Yan yung link na pagsasign upan ng students natin. And ito pala. So, sige. Ako na, let me share with it in my screen. So, ito. Okay. So, ito. So, you'll be filling this form out. Can you see it? So, we have here your name. Okay. And the date of your training, which you'll be holding. So, you have to plot it within the month. So, name of trainer, date of training. Then you should be able to identify which of those students are underserved or which of those students are uh, first timers in computer science, and which of those students are out of school. So our target market would be the young people uh, who are underserved. So ito 'yon, yung mga hindi nag-aaral or yung mga walang background at all sa data science or computer science. So what we'll be requiring from you would be their names, their email address that they use to sign up again. So kailangan nila mag-sign up sa ffuturereadyasayan.org. So their names, their email address for them to be able to that they use to sign up, gender, age, and notes. Maybe sa notes pwede niyo ilagay kung underserved siya, computer science, first time learner or out of school. So 'yun.
Sir, may
Okay.
question kay Miss Catherine.
Okay, Miss
What
Catherine.
if
Yes.
we are not confident to facilitate the training?
Okay, 'yun lang. So what we can offer you would be backup. I mean, we can help you out. Uh, paano? Communicate tayo sa Telegram, or maybe kung may schedule natin na maayos, maybe we can help you out, or we can partner tutor during your session. Pwede siguro 'yon. Okay ba 'yon? So there, yun yung may o-offer namin. Then once you're done, hopefully before August ends, once you're done, you'll be able to submit that specific file in here. Okay, so I'll be posting this link in the bit.ly FRA Python as well. Actually, it's already there. So, yan, sasubmit nyo lang dito. So, expect that after this session, medyo kukulitin ko kayo for me to follow up kamusta na yung inyong training session or kung kailan nyo pinaplano and so on and so forth. So there. So fill out this form and attach. So ito yung Google form na yun. Okay. Also, what's next? We have a competition from futurereadyasayan.org. So, ang competition natin is asa na ba yun? Let me check. Okay, so we have here a competition. A competition in which merong cash prize. So anyone can join. Actually, pwede kayong mag-join. Ang kailangan nyo lang gawin is to create a video. Okay, create a video showing the different ASEAN cultures. So ito, you just have to look into this website. We'll be putting it as a link as well in the resources. So, yun. Any other questions? So again, ang what's next natin is your classes. So hopefully you do your classes. And if you can join the competition, you're not required to, but you may, since may cash prize to and it's free. Free lang yung pag-join natin. So, yun.
Sir, question.
Yes, go ahead.
Minimum students needed, how many?
Hopefully 20 at least.
And then, how about the timeline? What is the deadline?
Okay, so according to ASEAN Foundation, we have a month for us to do it. So that would be the end of August.
Tapos, sabi ni Miss Michelle Zuniga, can we get a guideline? Di ba you will be sending the PowerPoint presentation to the Google Drive, sir?
Yes. So we'll be collaborating with the ASEAN Foundation for those guidelines that you're requesting. Okay. Anything else?
Sir, may question ako.
Sige, go ahead po.
So, pag mag-conduct kami ng training, gagamitin din namin to lahat ng platforms na ginamit natin.
You may opt to. Pwede po. Pwede po. Since Jupyter and Anaconda is free. Or if you have a platform of your choice, then you may do so. As long as they be, ang ating objective lang naman is for them to have an overview. Okay, not dive into data science, but for them to have an overview of what they should expect if they are diving into data science. Just like what we
So,
did with you.
okay, sir.
Okay po. Anything else pa po?
Sir, how about their certificate?
So, yun nga, before you get your certificates, most likely you are required to accomplish the assignment. So, your certificates will be taken care of ASEAN Foundation. Samantha, are you here? Let's ask
Hi.
ASEAN.
Yeah.
Hi, Samantha. They're asking, when can they get their certificates?
Hopefully after they complete the post-test evaluation.
All right. So, ayun pala, after the post test. So, thank you, Samantha. Any other questions pa po?
Sir,
Yes?
ako merong basic question. So, yung ginawa natin kanina na programming, paano
Okay.
natin siya i-apply sa real world? Like, very simple application.
Okay. First off, programming would teach you computational thinking. So, it helps you think logically, wherein you have to break down your thoughts. Or, for example, we're encountering a specific problem. We break it down into smaller pieces, then we find solutions for that. We can deduct or look for solutions that are really not solutions, and hopefully come up with the best solution for each problem. Now, for when it comes to data science, what we've had was most likely the concepts of variables, if else, the loops, and the arrays are actually programming concepts in which you can apply if you are diving into programming per se. Okay, when it comes to data science, the data manipulation would most likely be paano ba? It's similar to what we did with having an output, choosing which outputs to use. Kasi ang data science para siyang ano paano ba? Making the most out of the data, the information that we have. So we need to have those computer science skills in order for us to be able to pick out which data or information is really essential for us to be able to solve a specific problem. Real world application, paano ba?
Sir, sa students, kunwari.
Okay, sige. Maybe as young as they are, maybe they can dive into computational thinking. Maybe you can look into the components of the computational thinking and how it would help them work with real life problems or real life scenarios. It's like a scientific method, but then related to coding and computation. So yun po.
Sir,
Maybe you
tanong.
can look into computational thinking. Yes po.
Sir, tanong. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes po, yes po.
Oh, kasi yun nga, the same question din eh. This is my first time to get involved in this Python program. Ito
Okay.
pa nga problema ko, hinahirapan ako mag-download and to follow through dito nga sa
okay.
One is yung siguro mas being a teacher, ano magiging practical value nito sa mga students. Later on, lalo na pa ngayon, ang taas ng rate ng unemployment. So, how would we encourage the students na mag-take nitong klase ng course na to that would make them employable ba? Kasi ang hirap ng work ngayon eh. So, I'm thinking of the utility value of the training.
Yes. One major value of this would be us having the opportunity to grab or taking the taking advantage of what's happening. Di naman sa pero may pandemic ngayon and everything's online. And one good way for us to be able to one good way of us surviving was these online platforms, 'di ba? Kahit nga yung education system natin lahat nagto-turn into online. And these lessons or itong lesson na ginawa natin would be a good introduction for them to be able to adapt into the coding world or the computer science world per se. Ako kasi personally I'm a computer science and information technology graduate, and I believe that technology has helped a lot in the growth of the industry. So especially right now, Ang dami ng online platforms na lumalabas, di ba? And this would be a good start for students to be able to familiarize themselves on how it works. Yung concepts miss na na variables, yung if else natin, and the loops, those are the codes behind all of the things that we're seeing digitally. Itong websites natin, applicable lahat 'yan. Lahat ng systems na nakikita nyo. It's simple if and else. Okay, pinagsama-samang if and else lang siya. Ganun siya. So, this would be a great introduction for them to dive into the coding world or the computer science world. Python is a very good yeah, sige po.
Follow-up question. Since ASEAN Foundation naman, para lang
Yes,
tulong din sa estudyante, and also to encourage our students talaga na mag-focus din sa ganitong klase ng training, ha. Sana pag-isipan din na later on, meron ding hiring opportunities for them to go para mas ma-encourage sila mag-training. So magte-train kami dito. Ang question is after this what? Okay, may mga different platforms, opening, encoding, etc. Pero kung meron kayong mga referrals, so ito, yung mga nakatapos dito, pwede ba? O pwede nyo i-try ito for your employment or whatever,
Okay.
or OJT. Parang ganun ba?
Okay, yes, we can raise that up to ASEAN Foundation. But what they have right now is, if you have seen the futurereadyasean.org website, it's a platform in which they can train themselves individually. After that training, they can look for sponsors for them to be supported to take a specific certification. Okay? Let's say, for example, in my introduction kanina, I showed you my badge, okay, which is a Microsoft Office Specialist. Ito, as you can see. Okay, this is a certification for Microsoft, which is recognized internationally, actually. So students, as young as they are, as long as they can answer the examination of this certification, they can have these badges early as that, and that could be a good competency, or that could make their resumes competent for future careers. So yun, right now, that's what Future Ready ASEAN has for us.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay po. Sige po. I think we're over time. Meron pa po ba?
Yeah, I just have a follow-up question. Like, how is this different from, say, for example, R or other similar platform? Because I come from a very different area, and most of my colleagues use R for data analysis. I was wondering if Python can do the same thing.
Sorry, sir. What was that item? R?
R, yeah, R. R for data analysis.
R for data. Let me just look into it quickly.
Like if you open Anaconda, there is R Studio there.
Yeah, R programming. R programming.
Okay. I see. R data analysis with R steps. Most likely, Python would be just a couple. Paano ba? We're encouraging to learn Python dahil madali siya. Mas madali siya compared to other programming languages. But most likely, if you master the concepts in Python, and then that would be applicable to other programming languages as well. Or maybe R, that would be yung practice natin kanina regarding arrays and indices or indexes, that would be a good foundation for you to be able to apply it in dun sa R data analysis na sinasabi niyo, sir. But our main objective here is for them to be introduced to computer science concepts such as those if else, variables. Kasi pag they dive into computer science, most likely they'll be hearing those a lot. Sobrang a lot. So yun po. Yun po ang may sasagot ko.
Hi, good afternoon. I hope you can still accommodate one more question.
Sure. Sige po.
So this has something to do with the echo session that we need to conduct. Maybe it's important for us to note that we are not following the same academic calendar. So if you're going to require us to submit everything by August, I think we're just starting our semester by August 24.
Okay, sige. Maybe we'll raise that up to ASEAN Foundation. Let's ask. Samantha, are you still here?
Hi,
Sam?
yes, but I think Nuzul can answer better. Nuzul, are you here?
Nazul, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. What is
Okay. The question was about the deadline for their assignments. The assignments is to be submitted by the end of August. Am I right? Supposed to be.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. You will be asked to submit the monitoring tools a month after the training, which is by the end of August, and then related to the calendar academic, right? If I try
yeah.
to understand
Because here in
correct.
the Philippines, the mandated school year is supposed to start by this month pa lang. So we're not sure if our educators or our audience right now would be able to complete it on time since it's just the start of the school year and everyone's adjusting when it comes to online distance learning. So maybe we can consider having it on a later
Yeah.
date,
Yeah.
maybe.
Thank you, Jim. So first of all, this session shouldn't be like face to face. You can do like virtual session, or you just try your best by end of August, and then we will get back to you whether it's possible or no for the deadline to be extended. But we also adjust the situation with the competition, because the competition will be end 11 of September. So we expect also your student can join the competition. So that's why we try to like accommodate your student also to join the competition if they get the knowledge earlier as they can. But for sure, you can use like online platform to roll out training to disseminate the materials from this training to your students. But we will evaluate, but the fixed date for the competition will be close 11 of September. So we are also considering it. So because we hope that your student can join the competition. Yeah.
Yeah. So there, sir. I hope Muhammad was able to answer your question. So actually, FRA is really considerate. The last time we did this, there were adjustments in the deadline as well. So especially now that we're under pandemic, most likely they'll be considerate as well. So yun po. Any other questions?
Sir,
Question. From
Yes po.
non-government organization daw, can they train their colleagues instead?
Can they train their colleagues instead? Yes, right, Muhammad. They can train their colleagues.
Yeah, as long as your colleague actually categorized as a youth, which is youth defined in ASEAN 15 until 35 years old.
Yeah. So there. So just to clarify, Muhammad, how many students are they required to do to teach at least?
At least 30 students or
Oh,
you.
30. Okay. So yun po. So clarification, we're required to have 30 pala.
Yeah, and then the sooner is better actually, because you can get the certificate also a week after you submit the monitoring tools.
Okay. So they'll be getting their certificates after they submit the monitoring tool, not after the post evaluation. Because when I
Yeah,
asked Samantha earlier, she said after the
yeah,
post.
yeah. Basically, we will try to adjust also with the monitoring tools. So we'll see. First, we will see the post training survey, and we will
Okay.
prepare the certificate. But then we will send directly to the participants only for those who submitted the monitoring tools.
Okay. So that's that. Any other questions pa po? Meron pa, Miss Jen?
Wala na po, sir.
Okay, so I think that would be our part. Muhammad, do you have any last words for them?
No, for just one that you can basically this session is only basic, like basic knowledge. So you need to explore yourself, and you need to ask your student also to do explore on Future Ready ASEAN. It's free, and then because the like the Python HTML basically is a language, so practice practice makes perfect. So you need to practice if you want to master in data science or other computer science. Hopefully, it can motivate you to learn more about computer science education. Sam, maybe you want to add more?
Hi, yes. First off, thank you so much, Jen and GM, for such insightful course. And again, everyone, evening to you. So we finally get into the end of the course. I will only end the session very briefly. Hopefully, you're not exhausted already after this 3 hours long course. And again, on behalf of the ASEAN Digital Innovation Program team, I would like to say thank you very much for completing the course today. I truly do hope every one of you have enjoyed the course and have had a good learning experience. And please make sure to complete your post test or evaluation test in order to receive the certificate. It's the contributing factor to receive the certificate. And also for the video recording of the course, we will also upload it on ASEAN Foundation YouTube channel. We will upload the video at the latest 3 days from now. And lastly, don't forget to visit the futurereadyasean.org for more information about the competition and other resources to data science learning. And also, don't forget to share and actualize what you have learned today and to empower the youth in the science realm. That's all. Thank you so much, everyone.